Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. They mean the world to me. So if you're interested in subscribing to the channel, you can go to patreon.com and check that out. Choose a subscription level. All of that information is in the drop-down menu in the video description below the video on YouTube. Please check it out, even if you're not going to subscribe to Patreon. There's some things in there I want you to know as far as what you should be thinking about when utilizing any of my readings. Also, it gives you access to where I'm located on social media. If you have any questions, if you want to contact me for a personal reading or anything like that, all of that stuff is in there and included and available to you. So this is a broad spectrum reading for all signs for Saturday, the 26th of June. It's originally created for that date, but it's not necessarily solely specifically made for that date. If you're seeing it on a different day, you might still be in alignment with the information in the reading, so you can certainly use it if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense to your life, regardless of the date, that's fine. It doesn't mean anything's wrong or broken. You just might be working on something different at this time, so keep that in mind. Also, I'm just going to include this as a new thing. If you enjoy the reading of the day and you want to send me a tip, my PayPal link is also in the Linktree links. You can, do that. Somebody did that this month for their Taroscope for the month, and I was sort of surprised by it. But if you value my work and want to show your appreciation that way, just include in the PayPal payment that it's a tip or what date it's for, what reading you exceptionally liked or why, and I will gladly take them. All right, so let's see what these cards want us to know. I just feel so weird when I say that. It's strange. Not weird, but it just feels like I'm begging. But it was very nice of this viewer to do that and unexpected, and it sort of surprised me. It had never occurred to me that, they actually like the daily content. I should just ask them to show appreciation that way. So anyways, here we go. Let's see. All right, so we have the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is a bit of an emotional card. This doesn't necessarily depict the emotionality of the Three of Swords. This is called the Three of Michael, which is associated with Archangel Michael, obviously, who is sort of the great protector. He's certainly a strong ally to have spiritually. It says here, release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. So I feel like this is signifying sort of ideally, hopefully, the ending or completion of whatever that tower moment is for each and every one of us. And for each of you, I think it's going to be a varying degree of what the choice is, how much of a shift it is. Usually tower cards are a significant shift and a significant choice. And like I've been saying all this week, this tower card doesn't feel inevitable. It doesn't feel like we're a victim to it. It feels more like we're getting out ahead of it. We're making the decisions around it. We're trying to affect these changes because we're realizing, or we're certainly aware at a much deeper level, that it's no longer working for us, or it just isn't appropriate for us. Whatever it is that's shifting our needs, our beliefs, our thoughts around a particular person, situation, behavior that we might engage in that we don't like anymore. It's time to let it go. The Three of Swords to me is there an emotionality to it? Yes. Is there an opportunity to let that emotionality grow or go and grow from it? Yes. Will our thoughts maybe need to be sort of shifted, changed, picked through in a way? Yes. I like that we've seen the, what was it? The King of Swords, right? Was at a few days ago. And then we had that air energy of the Justice card of Libra, right? And then we had a lot of sort of emotional energy as far as, we had the High Priestess, and then we had, what was last night's card? Yesterday's card was the Moon, okay? And we also have that full moon happening in all of this, right? So that's kind of cool. To me, this brings us to this state of maybe acknowledging any wounds, sadness, frailties. Frailties isn't the right word. What am I looking for? I'm looking for what is the word I'm looking for? Frailties is not the right word. It's not totally off, but it's not the word that I want. And sorry, it's early. I'm still on my second cup of coffee. Not our insecurities. What's the word I'm looking for? Our shortcomings in a way, right? Any sort of to me, this is about acknowledging where we are not missing, because I don't want to say that. I don't think that we're missing anything. But if we have any sort of sadness, pain, hurt from whatever it is we're departing from, whatever it is we're shifting, whatever it is we're trying to attempt to consciously change within our thoughts, within our feelings, because we've certainly been seeing patterns in these air element, water element cards this week. This is the opportunity to really take stock and look at it for what it is. Yes, there's usually a wince of pain with the Three of Swords, but there's also growth that comes from it. There's also a healing that can come from it. And especially with this card, it's really sort of, if you look at, Michael's holding this sad girl and he's protecting her in a way. And we have this white dove of peace or purity in the background here. So we are protected. We will get through this. We will, as it does say down here at the bottom, time heals all wounds. So whatever we've gone through or whatever sort of challenges we've faced maybe in this week or in the period leading up to this, it's now time to kind of acknowledge those challenges and then begin to heal from them, ideally, and just start to sort of maybe set them not aside, but to the, they're no longer like maybe the thing we're avoiding or the thing that is leading our behavior, if that makes sense, right? They are now sort of ideally behind us to a degree or in the process of that happening, okay? So I like this as a end card for this week because it does feel also, it ties into that full moon release. Remember with full and new moons, there's always like sort of a few days leading up to and a few days leading out of that moon cycle, that power is still present and available to us. And so full moons are about releasing, right? And to me, I get this sense with this Three of Michael or this Three of Swords, we get to release sort of whatever sadness, pain, emotional memories, whatever is going on for us. We get to kind of readjust our relationship to it and hopefully begin to heal from it. And that is sort of the release that the full moon provides us too, right? So if we're in this, we're paying attention to these energies and we're finding the place where this works for us or where this applies, and we're actually actively choosing it, going after it, looking at it, sitting with it. I think I said the other day, peeling back the scab in a way so that it can heal, then, we are really doing ourselves the most service, okay? So let's see what the Energy Oracle has to say. So we have anxiety. This is card number 9. It's a 18, which would be a 9 numerologically. Now, again, we saw 2 9s yesterday, and it's funny that we're seeing another 9 energy here. It's still on that sort of path to personal completion or putting an end to things. That anxiety could be stemming from that Tower card that was underpinning in the midweek. Remember, too, that 2 of Cups is our end of the week card. So underneath this, there should be that sense of peace, love, and harmony that the 2 of Cups represents. We need to maybe work our way through some of the traumatic, painful thoughts or memories and acknowledge them, shift our relationship to them in a way. That could be some of the anxieties too. These anxieties to me, they could be present day or they could have just been things that we've carried with us. And the 9, the number 18, which boils down to a 9, is about us kind of sitting with them and dealing with them in a way that is, productive, where they no longer maybe hold the power. I feel like the 3 of Michael is telling us we have the protection to be able to face the things that we don't necessarily, whatever the elephant in the room is for us, we can face it today. It may not be the easiest, but it's going to offer us an opportunity to acknowledge, fears, worries, whatever, and hopefully get beyond them. Find completions with them and move on and heal from them, ideally. It'll be interesting to see how next week plays out. Remember that Two of Cups under here is very much a renewal, a recommitment, even to our maybe some of our existing relationships that maybe have not been fair and balanced. Or it could be our relationship to ourselves, right? Where we're connecting to ourselves in a more deeper, emotional, spiritual way. That would also be that high priestess moon energy that we just sort of saw too. So making that commitment and not allowing, I don't know, whatever our worries and fears, our anxieties are to get in the way of that is powerful medicine today. All right, so let's look to the grounding stone and see what that has to say for us. And the grounding stone is something we just want to ground in, and it is on marble, so it's strong, sturdy stone, and the word is clarity. Maintaining a grounding in that clarity, even if that clarity, I'm going to say, is a little bit uncomfortable, because we see this anxiety card and we see this Three of Swords or Three of Michael. You know, the Three of Swords can be, it's an image that makes me wince in the deck. It's that and the Ten of Swords are my two least favorite images. They are sort of graphic in nature. But what I do love about the Three of Swords is it's that giant heart at the end of it, right? That's sort of that healing that takes place that's left beyond the swords, the memories, the pains, the arrows that we suffer, so to speak, right? And so this opportunity here to ground in our clarity, look at things objectively, right? That would be the air element of the swords card that we have here. And be kind to ourselves, be nurturing to ourselves, allow ourselves to sort of walk through whatever we're going through, look at it for as it really is, and understand that some of this shit is just in the past. It's like we can't change it. We can only change our now. We can only be clear in who we are now and how we feel now and how we connect to it now. Ideally releasing some of the anxieties that we have maybe around, people, places, and things, and staying clear in our goals of what it is we want in our life, how we want our life to feel, how we want our life to look. And we can create that. That's really sort of what I get from this. Ideally, these things that might make us a little bit uncomfortable could actually induce and produce the clarity that we see in this grounding stone. And if we focus on that or ground in that and understand that whatever we walk through today brings about a clearer sense of where we're heading or what we desire and what we want to replace it with, more power to you guys. All right, that is your forecast for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you here every morning. And we will see, we have a new week starting tomorrow, which will be for the reading for Sunday. And so we'll see what happens. And I look forward to that. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.